Detox diets have become extremely popular in recent years, with people spending hundreds of dollars on detox teas and detox pills claiming they will flush out toxins from their body. But are these detox diets really working? Or is it all just a bunch of expensive pee? Welcome back to my channel. I'm a registered dietitian. Today we're talking about detox diets. Are they myth or miracle? Now let me just say right off the bat that detox diets are not necessary if you have a normal, healthy liver. Your liver is basically a detox organ. It works to remove toxins from your body. If you don't have liver disease or some other serious medical condition, then your body is already detoxing itself. So really, detox diets are probably unnecessary for most of us. That being said, there are certain situations where detox diets can be helpful. People who do consume a lot of alcohol, people who smoke cigarettes or marijuana, those who work in high-stress jobs, parents who are exposed to a lot of environmental toxins, so things like pesticides or cleaning chemicals or even air pollution. These are situations where people might benefit from a detox diet because it helps to support their liver while it's working to eliminate these toxins. The question is, does a detox diet actually work? What is going on when we eliminate certain foods or drink certain juices and eat very little during that time? To answer this question, let's start at the beginning. What is a detox diet? A detox diet is basically any diet where you drastically restrict what you're eating and drinking to help your body get rid of toxins. There are many different types of detox diets, but here are some of the more common ones. A juice cleanse, which is where you replace all of your food with fruit and vegetable juices for a certain amount of time. I usually recommend no less than 3 days for a juice cleanse because you need at least 3 days to allow your body to fully digest all of the fiber in the fruits and vegetables before you start seeing results. The next type of detox diet is called a smoothie diet, which is similar to a juice cleanse except you are consuming whole fruits and vegetables instead of juicing them. Again, I recommend at least 3 days for this diet. A raw food detox, which is where you only eat raw foods, eating nothing over 107 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 days. Raw food detoxes are great because you still get all of the fiber that comes along with the fruits and vegetables, whereas if you juice those same fruits and vegetables, you actually end up removing the fiber. A raw vegan detox is similar to a raw food detox, except you also eliminate all animal products like honey, yogurt, eggs, and dairy. A fruit detox is where you only consume fruit for 3 days. Now, fruit is higher in natural sugar than vegetables, so I would not recommend this detox diet for anyone with insulin resistance, diabetes, or prediabetes. And lastly, a water fast, which is where you only consume water for a certain period of time. I've done several videos on water fasting, and I will link those below. Water fasting is the most extreme type of detox diet and should only be done under the guidance of a doctor. As you can see, there are many different ways to detox, so how does one know which way is best for them? Well, the truth is, it really doesn't matter. Any detox diet will work as long as you follow it correctly. By correctly, I mean that you need to make sure you're staying hydrated by drinking lots of water. You need to stay active by getting at least 20 minutes of exercise in each day. And you also need to make sure that you are listening to your body. So if you're feeling hungry, then have a snack or a meal. Don't push yourself too hard. Detox diets should not be torture. They should not leave you feeling weak, dizzy, or overly hungry, and you definitely should not be doing them every week. Save those for special occasions. So now that we understand what a detox diet is, let's talk about how they actually work. When you consume certain foods, whether it's alcohol, processed foods, junk foods, or even over-the-counter medications, these foods contain toxins that your liver has to work overtime to eliminate. Doing a detox diet gives your liver a break from digesting all of the food so it can focus on eliminating these toxins. For example, if you're doing a juice cleanse, your body will start breaking down the fiber in the fruits and vegetables almost immediately after you consume them. Fiber is broken down into short-chain fatty acids, which then get absorbed into your bloodstream. Once in your bloodstream, they travel to your liver, where the liver breaks them down into carbon dioxide and water, which are much easier to eliminate. That's why you'll likely have an increased urge to urinate when you're doing a juice cleanse or detox diet. All of that extra fluid volume in your blood makes your kidneys work harder, so they respond by having you pee more often. This increase in urination is one way that detox diets work to eliminate toxins from your body. It flushes toxins out through your urine. Another way that detox diets work is by decreasing your exposure to toxins. Let's say you stop eating processed foods. Well, then you're obviously going to be exposed to less toxins that come along with those processed foods. The same is true with a juice cleanse. When you only consume juices, you're avoiding all of the toxins that come along with solid foods like pesticides, heavy metals, and microplastics. Lastly, detox diets can help you lose weight. In fact, many people use detox diets as a quick fix to lose weight. How this works is simple. If you're consuming less calories, then you will lose weight. Doesn't matter what you think you're doing. If you're consuming less calories, you will lose weight. For example, if you replace all of your meals with juice, you're likely going to be consuming less calories than you normally would. The average person consumes between 1,500 and 2,000 calories per day, but when you replace those meals with juice, you're cutting your calories down to around 1,200 calories per day. If you continue to do that day after day, you're going to lose weight. Juicing can also work to decrease insulin levels, which will help you lose more fat. There was a study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition that found that drinking a cup of apple juice lowered insulin levels by 34%. Another study published in Diabetes Care found that drinking 16 ounces of orange juice lowered insulin levels by 19%. Drinking lower amounts of fruit juice can have a similar effect. So if you're trying to lose weight, then yes, a detox diet can be helpful. Just keep in mind that once you go back to eating solid foods, you need to be careful not to overeat. Otherwise, you'll just gain the weight back. Okay, so now that we understand how detox diets work, let's talk about the cons. The first con is that they are not sustainable. Even though you might feel great after doing a detox diet, you won't be able to do them forever. It's not realistic, it's not practical, and quite frankly, it's not necessary. Remember, if you have a normal liver, your liver is already detoxing your body. The second con is that detox diets are restrictive. Usually when you try to change your diet to improve your health, restriction is usually involved. So if you're trying to cut back on added sugar, you might restrict desserts. If you're trying to cut back on saturated fat, you might restrict fried foods. Restriction is a part of changing your eating habits, but it shouldn't last forever. Ideally, you want to make gradual changes that you can sustain long-term. And third, detox diets can be expensive. Depending on what type of detox diet you choose, it could be very costly. For example, detox teas can range anywhere from $20 to $60. Detox pills can be even more expensive, ranging from $30 to $80. Not to mention the cost of all of the fresh produce that you're going to be consuming if you're doing a juice cleanse or a smoothie cleanse. Overall, detox diets can cost hundreds of dollars. Alright, so now that we understand the pros and cons, let's talk about who would actually benefit from doing a detox diet. As I mentioned earlier, people who consume a lot of alcohol, people who smoke cigarettes or marijuana, those who work in high-stress jobs, parents who are exposed to a lot of environmental toxins like pesticides, or cleaning chemicals or air pollution. Those are the people who might benefit from doing a detox diet because it helps to support their liver while it's working to eliminate these toxins. Other people who might benefit include people with insulin resistance, people with metabolic syndrome, and people who are overweight or obese. Really, anyone who wants to reset their eating habits. Detox diets can be great for giving you that motivation and that jump start that you need to get healthier. If you're thinking about doing a detox diet, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which detox diet are you planning to do? Have you tried any detox diets in the past? I would love to hear your experience. Also, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.